Welcome, I've been waiting for you all. My name is Marceline and I am a lady in waiting to Queen Margaery Tyrell. Today is a wondrous day. We will dine in the great hall of Winterfell and I will be able to attend. Lord Darnley of House Tully will attend and he is said to be a sight for the eyes. Welcome to the throne room. Fan tale by Lady
Blackfish has always been a man of mystery, not taking the Tully name on as his namesake. Everyone knows he is still a Tully. What they do not know of is who his dalliances were. Even still, Lord Darnley awakes right before the feast in the great hall of Winterfell. He goes and speaks to Lady Catelyn, as she has always been a nice woman and has never treated him ill, and she reminded him of his mother Alan. She was a girl who was raised by a minor house, her eyes green and hair as black as coal. Her eyes were so beautiful as they changed during the years. After the baby was born, she left to Highgarden, going to raise young Rain. Darnley raised her son outside the palace walls. He was tutored by a master in Old Town, reading, writing, and also learning the lands and traveling. He returned after 5 years of age, and left again till he was 16 years old. Then he was brought into the fold officially. No one knows truly who he is, not even the Tullys. They never seem to ask who his father was, although he's sponsored by the Tully. Now at age 27 he travels to meet his aunt and cousins again as man, not a boy. Little does he know his steps are counted to the north for a reason. He has a purpose in the stars at his birth.
This is Throne Room Fan Tales. My name is Lord Darnley Blackfish, son. Don't ever call me a bastard. That is for the rich. I am a man of valor, value, and honor. Let's talk about the day of the great feast of North, where I met a beautiful girl and Robb find a queen and Lady Margaery.
Meanwhile in Winterfell, the Great Hall is being prepared for the arrival Dowager Queen Margaery. The kindness of the Reach is known throughout the northern lands, as the land is rich and fertile. Grain is purchased and borrowed or donated from the Tyrell's family. A handmaiden of House Tyrell arrives. She is nothing like the women of the north, not pale skinned but of a hue as the colors of the sands of dawn. Many believe she is Dornish. They can keep believing that if they please. As the women unload the carriage landing in the courtyard, the men of the House Stark greet them. Only this time there's no Eddard, just Theon and a company of men from House Tully. The Highgarden soldiers arrive in gold armor, dressed with flowers gleaming and shining off the windows of the castle. Bran and Rickon watch from afar. As Robb wants the boys out of sight, out of mind, Bran struggles to comprehend what a woman of Highgarden would be doing in Winterfell, but as he meets the eye of Lady Amala, Bran smiles of her aura. Most men do. She is beautiful and has a face of an angel, ever more beautiful than the queen. She quickly covers her face as she is to be seen but not truly. Her instructions from the highest of the household, Lady Olenna, be scarce. We would hate for that northern fool to set his eyes on you, my love. You are a beauty of the age. Your time will come as soon as we secure Lady Margaery. This is more like a subtle threat. The Queen of Thorns adores her son's children, and she cares about the survival of her line of House Gardener, something that Marceline take very seriously. As she steps down, she is greeted by a Stark servant, and she is smitten and grins ear to ear. She covers her face as she walks closer and thanks the chivalrous man who cared enough of her footing. As she stepped down the gold-gilded flower carriage, he of course gets a whiff of her perfume. All the women have been said to smell of flowers. Lady Amala, a dark-haired beauty, her and Marceline are the most beautiful women unmarried and very sought after by any men who had the slight chance of their presence. The ladies are always fetching flowers, boiling perfume, and tending to Lady Margaery any way they can. All women are dressed in teal and blue, and under their cloaks dresses of flowers and vines according to the colours picked by Lady Olenna. This month's colours are according to the house they are in company of, and the dresses are a sight to see. After Margaery steps out, the whole courtyard is ecstatic of her coming to the north. They bow in respect, for Lord Renly he has been to Winterfell as a boy many of times, and the men and women know of the stories of the terrors of the old gods and knew as Margaery steps out of the carriage. She felt a happiness and sadness as she wasn't queen. Truly the thought of her being a false monarch haunts her daily. However, Margaery is a woman of honor and dignity. She has been raised to believe she is the light of the garden even in the snow. Lady Margaery is still beautiful as she steps down. Lord Stark comes to assist Lady Margaery down and escort her to her quarters with Lady Stark's servants of the castle. As they walk, Theon and other men escort her entourage to another path by the crypts of Winterfell. As they walk, Robb grabs Margaery, grasping her waist but not moving too fast. He says, "How was your journey? Did my men treat you well?" Margaery smiles back softly and says, "Of course, your grace. I had a scenic view of your lands. They are quite beautiful. The weirwood trees are a marvel to look onto. As we rode into Winterfell, I feel I would get lost in the vast lands. It appears they all look the same." She grins and giggles, and Lord Stark matches her humor in a woman from High Garden in the deep dark woods of the north, all alone. "I understand." Robb grasps her hand gently and kisses her on the cheek. Margaery makes a sigh of air that brushes Robb's neck. He breathes in as well. "Is it just me, or is there something between us? Do you feel there is?" "I'm sorry, my lady. I respect your house. No, your grace, when I am with you I feel specially honored and respected, and I think you're right. We together can amplify the north in our own way. You know better than I what the people need. I am a guest in your house." Lord Stark pulls her closer and starts to walk her to the tower prepared for her stay in the beauty of High Garden mixed with the north. As Lord Stark wanted a subtle hint of his desire to unite their houses, Lady Stark has been away, just arriving and sleeping as she and Brian are hidden away in the castle.
Lord Darnley laughs and looks at Lady Stark, and walks fast over toward Cat. Now I was just trying to make you laugh. I could write a poem for you to cheer you. I am not here to add to your misery. I can only imagine how famished you are. May I get something for you to nourish you? Poor thing, you look tired, and you look exhausted. They call the Dothraki said to be so-called savages. My lady, the Lannisters are an abomination. Mark me. They will be dead, and not sit on that ugly steel chair they covet so much it angers me. They think so little of honor, and are hell-bent in making this realm their personal play yard for evil lust. And the queen, she is a harlot sleeping with her own kin. Don't you worry, this will be made right in the process of time. Although I understand I have no wife or offspring to understand fully. I lost someone once very close to me as well. Losing a partner is beyond me. Understanding it is right. I know it isn't as the gods see fit. They put us on this astrolabe to flourish or diminish, but know this, we all will one day meet our day. I feel sorrow for you as you miss your mate. My lady, please go rest. We can manage without your presence. Robb is, well, he adores Lady Tyrell. Is it possible you should let the boy think himself a man? This is important to a man. It will allow him to build a dynasty of men who think for themselves. The man he admired has grown. It's time for Mama Wolf to get some rest. Winter is coming. Of course he has no boundary with Lady Catelyn. He adores his secret aunt. Of course she has no idea. She believes him to be a ward of the family. She has way too much to worry of when she hates Jon, which Darnley doesn't understand. Lord Darnley has one thing he despises, and it's hatred of the innocent.
Now stop, my lord, forgive me, but I am hurt when they told me Ned had died. I felt like my heart was ripped out for the second time. Lord Darnley, you just arrived, and I have just awakened from an arduous journey. I am a mother now, a widow. I must make ready soon to put Ned Bones to rest. I would be in a better mood had Ned listened to my harbinger about the Lannisters, and his gambling with our future for our houses. Survival. She turns and cries uncontrollably. His warm hands seem to heal Catelyn. Her pain subsides, and she steps away. My lord, you're very kind. Lord Darnley is much older and strong enough and honorable to be of comfort. He massages her arm and wipes her tears away. Lady Catelyn, your husband Eddard Stark was a man of sacrifice, honor and duty. He was also stubborn as a mule, so there is nothing better you could do than love him as he was on this earth. Nothing more you could do. You tried, we all win and lose. But what matters, it's what you do when you fall. It is important you know he chose you to love because he knew you're strong enough to know you're the she-wolf who would ensure the family survival.
Wanted to see the blacksmith to inquire about a necklace he thought of for the new king. He is rich in jewels and velvet robes by the dozens. His wardrobe is just as many as a noble. Theon is curious how a man with no claim to a steadfast, let alone a castle, has such vast fortunes, and he is inquiring on who exactly he is. He saw him come out of Lady Catelyn's room, and he feels unsteady about a man who is said to be a ward, just as he is of the Tullys, free to roam, travel, and entertain kings, queens, nobles, and not be a noble is unheard of unless you're an inventor, a merchant, or entertainment, and of course sell swords. Theon just can't resist. My lord, where do you come from? Are you a ward who is a son of a noble? Then men want to know. Of course, he is dead serious and frightened. He is escorting him to see Robb. After his report, a young man is trying to vet his mother. He also has a tower far from the Starks he has rented for his stay, and a room in Winterfell. He is a foreigner. No one has named him or vouched for his presence, so it is Theon's duty. As they walk, Lord Darnley takes a moment before he answers. Do the men want to know, or do you want to know? Did you really think I didn't see you peering at me through the door? You from the sea, boy, I am from the lands. You're going to be smarter to outwit a man who can read and write, and also read minds. He pushes Theon's head back and pushes his arm slightly and grins and laughs. Okay, I will tell you. What's your name again? Oh, it's Greyjoy. You're the son of the king of the Iron Islands, and you're the ward of the Stark. Haven't you earned your freedom? Never mind, we will talk later of it. Hello, my name is Rain Darnley. I don't know who my father is, but does it matter? A man earns what he earns by his character and his name. Well, leave here, and who you are is as good as the gold you have to pay them. You're not well read, so you're ignorant to the ways of this world. For instance, you're paying the harlot Rosalind. I only say that because I too have been watching all of you. Just wait, don't say anything. You're going to learn more if you listen. See, you're never going to get her heart. You're a customer who pays for the moment. She needs stability, she needs a patron, and you can't give her that, can you? If I wanted here, I could give her more. It's not about me. Who are you, and why were you in Lady Stark's private rooms? I am just a man here for the ball. Now take me to Lord Stark. I want to meet this rascal they call King of the North. A boy, one day a man, the next I am famished. Maybe later I will treat you to my own pleasure house. I need someone like you to earn their Theon Theon is the happiest man in Winterfell. Nectar Robb, of course, he tries to hide it, but it is obvious. He understands he will never has Lady Rosalind's love. She is left to King's Landing, and it's been ages since he has seen her. One thing bothers him about what Darnley said. I have been watching you, so he must be a man that has been in the north or has spies in the north after the moment of joy ended. Theon is protective and asks him, "Who's your mother, my lord? How did you know Lord Stark was here, or Lady Catelyn?" Darnley and Theon walk to a nearby castle where Robb is located in the same tower Bran fell from. He is sitting at his desk, and he gets up as he hears men's footsteps and ventures outside of his tent to check on the men. Theon and Lord Darnley keep talking and walking through the woods and tree lines of weirwood trees, some happy, some sad looking, some evil. This crosses Darnley's mind as he hears Theon forget all about his question, the same question Darnley has, and the whole north, south, and east, and west have had, and himself his whole existence. As they walk, he truly likes Theon's company, feels he could teach this boy a real trade besides being the Stark's servants, and hold him to the standards of his imprisonment. To a degree, the king is dead, so his rule is gone. This is the law. Of course, northern men don't read very often, so they do not know. Theon didn't forget, so he asks again, "Who are you? Who is your mother?" "My mother is akin somehow to the Tullys. I am not sure exactly the connection. It's like it's been hidden from me compared to Lord Snow. You know him, Jon Snow. I don't know him. Lady Catelyn never let him come to Riverrun with the others, Bran, Rickon, Arya, or Robb. She isn't a forgiving woman. I am not a Stark or a Tully, but am a friend of the House Tully and Stark, and many more of them. Anyways, think of it this way, Jon, a so-called bastard, just like you. Forgive me, but what kind of father rapes and reaves and doesn't take his son back? I mean, they kidnapped you. Where's the honor in that they stripped his title, but he is still king, a little unfocused on a rule that has the air of fidelity and no code except raping and reaving him. Sorry, you can't hurt me, so try if you will. This is the truth. Don't deny it. This is no insult, Theon, just the truth. I am not relishing in your misfortune. Follow me now where I am taking you. Now think it this way, Jon Snow. See, there's so much you just don't know. Up here in these woods, you're like the White Walkers of legend. You're cut off from other realms, other strange, mysterious happenings. Of course, back to Jon Snow. Theon usually interrupts in this situation. He sees Darnley as an intelligent, shrewd man who is clever, also able to speak in an eloquent way that cannot be denied. A confidence he has never seen in a man who has no house and wealth. As they walk, Darnley speaks more in depth of his theory on how he sees titles the world gives you, which don't afford a man nothing except doubt, sadness, and for some selfish pursuit of being accepted, and then not accepted once your use has worn itself out. As they walk, Darnley pauses again. He loves doing this to not give too much chatter to a man he doesn't. Now pacing is all important for Darnley, not just in his writing or rants and revelry of theories, so he continues on his introduction to Lord Greyjoy. Further on the path, in a seas of tall trees and animals run past. The beauty is breathtaking, as Darnley may be pretty, but he is a man, and he knows all the trades. His mother kept him busy with trade and education. A man who knows how to build and also read and write is an unstoppable man. The one who uses it is all more powerful. In Aeline's eyes, she sees him as a man of many destinies. I'm sorry, Greyjoy, I will reveal my truth to you. Thank you for your patience. Darnley smirks and smiles, and then says, "Now Jon Snow, he's what you call a bastard, but the men of the Wall revere him as the king commander. It's almost as if he awaked there. He was steward, now he is the commander. You can make your own destiny with a name or without one. I am telling you the truth, like Jon doesn't know his mother. I don't know my father. It's a pity he wasn't here. I would have finally had the opportunity to meet him. He is like a hero to so many brats. Any other questions you have, I will answer them. Let's see this young wolf now. Where is he?" As Theon gets approval to walk into the castle room where Robb is, he has returned from his walk and sits in the hall and greets the mystery man Lord Darnley.